Okay. So tonight, we have a bit of an interesting reading tonight. Is anybody wanting to, apparently, start this new beginning of their life as a parent? Perhaps? Maybe not. Anyway. I have a message from the beyond for you. Maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe, this is just advice. Maybe something happened tonight that, might change your life. So, got a tarot reading for you. If you're looking to create new life in this rise of abundance, in this, fertility, if that's your thing, then maybe this reading speaks to you. Perhaps a dream. Well, we'll see. Here's your reading. Okay, welcome again to the moon phase. We have this moon phase right here, part darkness, part light, and it is the waxing moon, the rising energy. This is moon phase 12. This is 2026, March 25th. Yay. 2026-0325. And tonight we have some energies under this. Psychic test cards. You can get your own deck if you would like. I made these myself. And so they are available on the website. Link in the description to the website. The website has a link to my card shop. Alright. And so I'll show you with these, the energies. Alright, so what do we got? Moon phase, number 12, 2026, March 25th. Well, this is the rising moon phase, the waxing moon. You know, wax on, wane off. It's waxing, it's accumulating. And so it represents spring, it represents earth. Here's the earth energy right here. There it is. And what do we got? It is March 25th. So now is the time of Aries. And so Aries is symbolized by fire. We got fire right here. Gonna put that over there. There we go. And we have finally made it to the spring. It is now springtime. March of 25. It is now springtime. So here it is. Fantastic. So we got fire, earth, and earth. Okay, the moon phase, the rising energy, the waxing is the earth element. The Aries fire is the fire element. And now it is spring, the summer time of, not the summertime, the solar time of the spring. So I got the Fae Tarot. I'm treating as an oracle deck, and the Gilded Tarot Royale I'm treating as a tarot deck. So, are you ready? Are you ready for your reading? Gonna do 4 and 4 right here. Like that. Okay. Alright, what kind of energy? We got fire and wood here. Interesting. Let's see what happens. I will mention, before this reading, I took a break, and I had a headache, and now I'm getting some, like, weird lightheadedness. Almost like interference. And yet, it's, like, almost taking the headache away. So, interesting. Alright, what do we got? Springtime energy, new beginnings. Moon phase 12. Rising energy. 4 cards. Something wanted to come out. This one. That. Oh gosh, there's a cut there. I don't know what to do with this now. Guess I'll shuffle again. Maybe these two. And this one. Okay. Are you curious? What did we get? What did we get? Okay. Should I shuffle these ones first? Okay. There we go. Save the surprises for later. It has definitely been a long, long winter, symbolically. Golly. But we made it. We made it to our spring, the year of 2026, the year of the individual, the year of starting anew. Oh no! Come on. Oh my gosh, kings everywhere. Put that there and there. Okay. Yeah, okay. You're burning your resources. Okay. Welcome to your new beginning. What do we got? Whoa. This is an interesting card. This is a light blue character. The little blue feather here. And some golden shackles. Kind of like this. The darkness and the light, half moon. The waning moon. Nope, that's the waning. This is the wax on, wane off. Waxing moon, the rising energy. Darkness on the left. Light on the right. And then the waning one has the opposite. So, those are the little details I provide for you. Interesting. White eyes with the ability to see through the mind, and this like void dimension. The ability to fly, and here's a little blue feather. All these golden little bits in the hair and stuff. Seems elegant. And then the void dimensions, you know, like the stairway dimension. These are like the window seal dimensions. Here's this little, what are they called? Fledglings? Little tiny birds flying through the cosmos. This kid, they're very accustomed to the spiritual dimension, and they know how to navigate it. Okay, think of like a cat. A cat can climb on anything. This is like that kind of freedom in the spiritual dimensions. So very interesting. Wow. Ooh. Ooh. How bizarre. Okay, if you're wondering, if you had an abortion or a miscarriage, and if you're wondering about the soul of the child, it's fine. It's doing fantastic. Alright, gosh. Okay, well there's this is probably healing. This is a child obviously in the spiritual dimension, and here's an adult that would be like its adult form, and yet it's in reverse, which suggests that it didn't live. It's like currently in the spiritual dimension, and this is the future that you thought it would have on Earth, but it's still quite ethereal, quite spiritual, even in the reverse. And this one, this egg, creation, life, it looks like the child form of this, like the kid form, just like a couple years older than this state. So yeah, maybe an accident happened while this kid was in child form, and they're not just in the womb or something. But there is an egg that symbolizes the womb. Yeah, quite possibly someone out there had some sort of miscarriage or abortion, and they're wondering about the state of the child. Child's fine. It's in the spiritual dimension. It's having fun. And so it didn't have this experience in life, but, you know, is preoccupied with all the dimensions of the spiritual realm. It's a better place to be than this hellish dimension called Earth. I'll tell you that. I feel personally like I was like this character in the spiritual dimension, just having a fantastic time, and then somehow I got born, and this Earth dimension is hell for me. So it's very tragic. Now this one is, gosh, okay, how would this be different? Like, this frees you from a burden, so that's why I'm wondering about the pregnancy thing. This is like going through immense pain, usually betrayal is what this symbolizes. It's in reverse. It's kind of you know, freeing you. Here's the stars again, here's the stars here. In previous readings, not in the moon phase, but oh, what were those readings? Don't remember. Was it the trick or treat? Was it something else? Anyway, I did this, it was before trick or treat. Anyway, I was saying how this led to the path of the apathy if you don't process your pain, and you have to go through feeling pain to reach the path of enlightenment. And I said in that reading that because the other cards, you know, cards have multiple meanings in different situations, and so in that reading, when this was reversed, I called this the apathy card, because it was like not dealing with the pain and taking the path of least resistance into apathy. But this reading is completely different. Here's the stars. This card's in reverse, and here's the stars down here. Just like the stairway dimension, up and down is meaningless. You can go in any direction you want. Up, down, sideways. You see a wall, you can walk on it. You see a ceiling, you can reach it, and treat it as the floor. It's a stairway dimension. Here's the stairs. So, you know, the path of, you know, back home where we thrive in the spiritual dimension. So, it's just there's such blueness, all these blue characters, which symbolizes being in the spiritual realm, and then there's this red character, so she's in a different dimension than this other character. And the egg and the cup, like the cup could be the womb of this girl, and the egg could be her egg, and the spirit that was thinking of having a life and living with all these desaturated kind of bluish eggs on the bottom. There's this one that's orange, and so this one was fertilized, and but it's in reverse, so that suggests an abortion or a miscarriage. And yeah, so if you're wondering about the state of the this child that's a spirit, they're doing fantastic. Up, down, sideways. It's all fun, any direction. Like, here, you got the gravity. You're grounded in a situation, right? It's very earthy. Here, you're free. You can fall, you can fly, you can swing. There's not a gravity to this situation. It's very freeing. And similar to this, this was a burden lifted off of your shoulders. Because here, this would be like actively crying, actively in pain, and this is like getting over it, finding closure, and realizing the silver lining to this situation. That you went through an experience that taught you a lot of difficult life lessons, and whatever happened regarding this kid, you know, you're moving on. The kid's doing fantastic in the spiritual dimension, and so yeah, maybe you're seeking closure. So that is one situation over here. Now, I will mention my trick-or-treat readings. Maybe you came from a trick-or-treat reading, because it's kind of feeling like a trick-or-treat situation, because this is like different from this, but here is the this is the reading of the half moons, the halfsies, the rising, waxing, and the falling, waning. You know, this is waxing, this is waning, where the darkness is over here and light's over here. Waxing, dark over here, light over here. So maybe you just came from a trick-or-treat reading, and where I separate them into different piles. That's not how this works. These four, okay, the moon phase readings are complementary energies. They're designed to work together, but in this particular one, it seems like two different situations, as well as, you know, this is halfsies, as opposed to the full moon and the new moon, whereas, for example, it would be eclipse kind of energy, where I would position the cards either like this or this, and they would be interactive with each other, but on these half readings, the half moons, they're kind of separated. So, just for your knowledge, it's not the same as a trick-or-treat reading. So, there's no tricks here. Now, when two kings come out, it's usually a competition. It's usually some sort of battle. Not necessarily, but how interesting. Because, like I just said, the Earth dimension is like so grounded and everything, and you feel weightless in water, like I was just mentioning. This king's just taking a dive right now. You know, when you breach the surface, then you feel the weight of gravity and the harshness of oxygen again. You go back down under the water, and things feel a bit more freeing. Maybe someone's a surfer or a swimmer or something. So it's a similar airy, ethereal, watery kind of vibe. We don't have water here, or air. We got earth, and fire. And here's the fire, the pain of being on Earth. Here's Earth right here. How was this? Was it like that? Yeah. And when it rains, it waters the plants. The fire burns the plants. Throwing more fuel on the fire, are you? I mean, golly. This is what this is. Okay, we don't have a fire element here, but this is like a painful, burning situation that's being healed over. Golly. Okay. Yeah. How interesting. Alright, so not asking for help, Alright, let's talk about the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is fantastic for starting a new project. You know, you're creative. You got the oh, okay. Check this out. This looks like a moon, right? It's probably Mars, the planet. There is a blood moon eclipse, karma, justice, ricochet, return thing that you might want to check out. That's moon phase number 9, 2026, March 3rd. Because eclipse seasons is what inspired me to do the moon phase. Because they happen like twice a year where there's an eclipse. And so eclipse energies are very like karmic and justice and stuff. And we just happen to have a karma justice reading on the moon phase of the eclipse energy. So just because this looks like a blood moon or the Ring of Fire, either one. If you're looking for the new moon reading, I haven't done that one yet, but it will be done in your perspective, in my future, your past. So moon phase number 7 is the new moon, which is the ring, the sun's behind the moon, so it's the Ring of Fire. Might want to check that one out. And the moon phase number 9 is the full moon, the blood moon, where the earth is in front of the sun, causing the moon to turn red. So you might want to check that out, just because this card came here in a moon reading, and we're doing half-seas right now. So anyway, as far as projects go, as far as your motivation, your willpower, like this is a torch of hope, of inspiration, of creativity. Now, because we have 2 kings here, it could represent something masculine. And, you know, it's part of the process of creating life. There could be some sort of disagreement between 2 males. Maybe one of them is thinking that this kid came from another guy. It's a possibility for someone out there. Maybe you're unsure between 2 guys. Now, one's in rising energy, one's in falling energy, and we got a wand here, so gosh, maybe there's because it's a pregnancy thing, maybe genetically, you know, this thing didn't work out with your current mate, and so you're thinking of what's the resource called where you go get other people's DNA and merge it with your own. I don't know what it's called, but you could try that, or adopt or something. There's different methods to do the whole fertile thing if that's your the thing you're doing. But we got a phallic shaped device between 2 men, and one man's in the down position, so he's not functional, which caused the woman a lot of pain and a burden, because this miscarriage was very taxing on the body. And you know, even a healthy birth, it's still very taxing to the body. So you know, it's one of those fertility issues that could be. We got an egg right here. It's a very fertile reading, and it's spring. Welcome to spring. We got the Aries with the masculine fire thing going on. Springtime is here, and the rising energy of the moon of spring. So and we got the King of the Pentacles in the rising position here, so it's quite interesting. Why the water guy is kind of limp, taking the path of least resistance, as water does, I don't know. I don't know his story, but there he is. And then there's this other earth energy, you know, fueling the fire, keeping the flame alive, and that's part of his earth element. So maybe there's a choice between two men. Maybe there's some sort of fertility issue. Now, if you're looking to do the fertility thing, drinking alcohol, you know, the guy has to be healthy too, for the sperm and everything. You know how women avoid alcohol forever because they're pregnant. Men have to do that too if they're looking to produce a child. They can't just go around and drink all the time. They gotta be healthy. No smoking, no drinking. You're creating life, and it can be quite fragile. So this is like all the little pieces that need to come together in the right order to create that spark of life. Yeah, it seems like this is a fertility reading. And why would you wonder about the state of the child? Okay. Why would you wonder about how they're doing in the spiritual dimension? What religion told you that they suffer because they're dead? I mean, they're dead. They're done suffering. Living is suffering, okay? The spiritual dimension is like a playground. It's exactly what this is. I mean, there are dangers and threats in the spiritual dimension, but don't pay attention to your religion. Spiritual dimensions are so vastly more complicated than any earthly, human, sexist religion has to say about it. Religion is a control mechanism to further bind and control humanity, especially women. And religion wants this, and you need to be free from that. So, yeah. If someone's asking about how someone's doing on the other side, they're doing fantastic. That's your answer. It's a playground. But why you would ask that is if there's an underlying, even subconscious. This is another thing about like emotions, the unconscious realm under the water, rather than the surface stuff, the unconscious control mechanism that religion has told you that if someone gets their eye gouged out, then for all of eternity they won't be able to see. That's a lie, okay? The body is just a body, it's a vessel. The spirit free. The spirit is free. Look at just because it doesn't have eyes doesn't mean it doesn't see. It can have eyes if it wants to have eyes. It's a shapeshifter. It's no longer shackled and contained to these earthly vessels. Everybody's a shapeshifter when they die. You take the form of what you want to be, and that's why Earth is so difficult. Because we got all this extra weight, we got all these shapes to deal with, and we can't change our form. And so as the world is advancing and developing more into spirituality, rather than this grounded physical mindset, we're thinking more like, what was it? We ended the Pluto Capricorn thing, where you have to rise to the top and compete, and we entered the what was it, Aquarius, introspective, working together for the community kind of thing with the Pluto or whatever. Anyway, as the mentality and spirituality of the planet evolves, we're no longer restricted in our minds about certain things that we once were taught that were lies. Well, what do we do with lies, with misinformation? Well, we gather it and we burn it. All the old ways that are sexist, that are backwards, that are wrong, we put an end to it. And now this guy, in some readings, the King of Pentacles can represent the old paradigm. And so there is like this burning of the old ways to make room for the new ways. And usually this guy's in reverse to symbolize toxic, negative intentions, but there's an element of like burning ideas, burning toxic mindsets, and only hanging on to stuff that is actually good and valuable from your old traditions. So yeah, there's some underlying reason why you're looking into if the kid's okay, because someone out there, like religion, told you that it wouldn't be okay because they wanted a control mechanism, some sort of servitude, and so you're burning those outdated control tactics, and you're keeping the traditions that actually matter to you, the things that are functional, the things that are stand the test of time, like chivalry. You're keeping that. You're keeping courtship, romance, all the good things about the traditions, and you're burning away all the bad stuff about tradition that just was always sexist, was always wrong for society, and you're keeping the good stuff. Now, we got some elements over here. We got fire, burning, we got wood, earth, and we got water raining down on the earth that will, in the springtime, will sprout. So, yeah, there's like an abundance of earth right now to burn if you need to keep yourself warm, cook food, whatever. And the earth is being benefited from this rain. So, it seems like fertility is like the core of this this reading. This is like the feminine perspective, the masculine perspective, the woman that is going through the birth pains, the emotions of losing a kid, to the spiritual dimension. So that's like her perspective. She's thinking about fertility and maybe adoption. She's thinking about the spiritual realm and maybe having dreams. My toxic cousin, I once had a cousin, and she was a horrible toxic monster, but she once shared with me a dream she had before she got pregnant, that these two kids showed up, and kind of like this, okay? These two kids showed up, and she was like saying hello and stuff, and one of them decided to stay, and the other one took off, and like she said that after that dream she had a child, and then she had another opportunity to have a kid, but that didn't work out or something like that. And so it's almost like in the spiritual dimension, these spirits met with the mother in like a dream spirit thing, just to say hello and everything, and then one decided, nah, I don't want to be alive, and took off, and this one's, well, I do. So yeah, those things happen. So this lady might be having dreams about this situation, where they decide if they want to live or not, and get the permission from the mother. That's one scenario that could happen. Other scenarios is like a selfish, greedy child, like some elf is like, I want to live, and the mother's like, I don't want to be a mother, I don't want to be burdened by this this pregnancy. And so it's an unwanted pregnancy, it's not agreed upon. And so this is the abortion path. And so you know, there's many different possibilities, there's many different realities. It's not all peaceful, it's not all consensual. Not every spirit wants to be born, not every mother wants to bear that burden. And just because it happens doesn't mean it's a good reason, doesn't mean it's divinely orchestrated. It could be demonic interference. Like preventing you from having a successful career that you're passionate about. Then, you know, the malevolent forces of the universe gets you attracted to some guys who end up getting you pregnant, and so now you abandon your career when you could have been like this amazing career person, but now you're stuck in the traditional role of a mother and are shackled to that path. Or, you know, you knew that was interference and it wasn't destined for you, so you took matters into your own hand, you had the abortion, you freed yourself, and the kid's fine. If it was a good intention kid, then the kid's fine. If the kid had bad intentions to, like, specifically ruin your life, well, then karma's gonna catch up to that kid. Anyway, this is the feminine perspective of all these thoughts and dreams and worries. And this is the masculine's perspective. About functionality, fertility, the masculine's role as a provider. However, we got the emotion card in reverse, and so it seems like the female is being neglected emotionally. Which is interesting. Maybe it's overwhelming emotionally for the masculine, and he can't handle his own emotions from the loss of a child. And he has difficulty expressing the emotions. Perhaps that's a better fate than ignoring your mate's emotions. That's not nice. But yeah. So maybe this masculine is passionate, is a stable provider with resources, and just emotionally is unstable at the moment in this situation. This is some sort of tragedy. The girl is healing right now, and yeah, it's just like, this is like needing a handout. Needing resources, getting support, getting help, and this is not getting that. In fact, you're just throwing it on the fire. Whatever this is. This is also the condom card. In my perspective, if you're trying to prevent a pregnancy, this is like the condom card, and it's in reverse. Over the fire. Like, you're throwing your condoms away. Like, it seems like whoever this is meant for, that you want to be pregnant, that you want a healthy child and you want functionality, but there's like heavy emotions right now regarding this situation. So yeah, all I can tell you is that the kid's doing fantastic in the spiritual dimension. And, you know, maybe this is the future, okay? Maybe this kid's, like, seeing your pain right now through the cosmos. Like, a mother wanting to be a mother, a woman wanting to be a mother that, has an empty womb at the moment. And maybe some kids, like, do I really want to be alive? Should I really get alive? And so maybe some spirit kid saw this crying mother and it's like, well, I'll be your kid. And that's probably what this is. Because this is the adult form. It's like the kid's like, well, if I was alive, you know, I'd go down this path. This would be my childhood. This would be my teenage adulthood. And I'm tearing up right now. And babies don't really affect me, so it's interesting that I'm tearing up right now. So, this is a good sign if someone's looking to get pregnant again, that somewhere in the spiritual dimension, you've been seen. Gosh. Yeah, I never really cry for children or babies, but you've been seen. This is like something new. So that's confirmation to me that maybe you lost something. The kid's fine in the spiritual dimension. But here it is. Something new, maybe the same thing. It's probably something new. Sees your pain and says, yeah, I'll be a healthy kid. So this is a good sign. In, you know, we got the masculine fire, passion. We got the spring. We got the rising energy of the moon, of growing. And, gosh, I'm really tearing up. The emotions, they're overwhelming. I'm drowning. So, yeah, this is a good fertility. You got a stable income. This is also a great health card. Okay. This is like getting rid of things you don't need. Casting them to the fire. This could be genetic material that just doesn't work anymore, and it's being burned off, so to speak. Like if you're saving the good genetics for this new kid. So this is a good sign if you're looking to have another kid, that this kid wants to be born and it'll be healthy and there's fertility. Okay. It seems like it wants to be mothered, and this is its future. Yeah, this is its childhood. And these are in reverse because this kid's just thinking about it, deciding whether it wants to be born or not. And these are the potential outcomes, potential futures. Okay. So that's my reading. It's a good sign for fertility, abundance, and your next kid should be healthy. That's at least what the cards say. Because you got a kid in the spiritual dimension that's thinking about being part of your family. So good news, good job for you, and yeah. Have yourself a fantastic night, and I guess this kid just wants to say hi. Alright. Good night. Okay, so that was your reading. That was the message that I received, that I delivered to you. You're welcome. So, pretty fancy, huh? Spiritual dimension and actual good communication. Yeah, consider yourself lucky, because that's quite rare. Alright, so good for you. That's good for you. For those who want to be a parent, apparently, you got to be dedicated to another's life, if that's what you want in this new beginning. It's all about dedication. Remember that.